So I figured I'd do a little magic hour garden tour for you today, since I haven't put so many garden pictures up like I usually do. We'll just take a little stroll at my favorite time of day, twilight. We've got the sunset over there. Well, can't quite see it through the trees, but the moon's coming up over there. So this is a blackberry vine that Jesse and I thought we dug all of it up, but we must have missed a piece. And it's trying to take over. Did the same thing last year. I'm going to try to dig it up again this year. Cucumber vines, a couple of empty planters because I'm behind. A couple of tomato suckers that I planted that will get going before long. And here we've got lots of tomato plants on either side of the trellis. You know me, got to have my maters. Plenty of tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes. And here we've got basil I need to prune because it is already blooming. But that means as soon as I have enough tomatoes that are ripe, like this one, well, except it's got bloom end right. The first ones usually do. Got another one getting ripe over here, but it's not ready yet. I don't know what that is. Sounds like something got caught. A squirrel or something. That one also has blossom end right. The next ones probably won't though, as the rain and the moisture evens out. These are all cherry type tomatoes, and honestly, I don't know what kind these are. They're volunteers from last year. I had some little pale yellow cherry type tomatoes here called Napa Chardonnay, and I had some purple ones called they were so purple they were almost blue, boar berries, I think, from Boar Farms. And they came up from seeds from last year, so we'll have to wait and see what they are. That will be a surprise. Doesn't look like it'll be all that long. Those look like they're going to be purple. You see the little purple on top? This is catnip or Cataria. I've got that for medicine. This is my fig tree that has grass all grown up in it that's got to get transplanted this year. Elderberry that weren't meant to grow there. Dug those up right before Larry died and set the pots there, and they've just been growing there ever since. And we'll take care of that this year too. That's the chicken coops down there. More tomatoes. These are all volunteers. The only tomato plants I bought are those right there. I've got 4 Arkansas Travelers and 2 Cherokee Purples. That's the only ones I bought. All the rest of these are volunteers that came up out here, and I planted them in a pot. There's some more cucumber vines. I've got to get my strings there for them to run on. Okay, this is some 4 o'clocks that I planted about a week ago. They're just now starting to come up. I like flowers that bloom at this time of day because this is when I like to be outside. And 4 o'clocks are called 4 o'clocks because they bloom in the afternoon and they smell really good at night. This is chocolate mint. Smells chocolatey, tastes citrusy. Weird, but I like it. We've got jalapeno peppers here. One of these is jalapenos, or I think I've got some that are not jalapenos or jalapenos or something like that that are supposed to not be as hot. Bell peppers here. Got one big bell pepper sitting down there. Let's go ahead and pick that fella. Yep, pretty. Tomato plants intruding from the other side. There's peppers here too. No, I don't see any actual peppers. These are pepper plants. And there will be some, I'm sure. Comfrey everywhere. Brought that with me from Mississippi, and of course it's spreading everywhere as comfrey does. Just pulled the garlic from there. It's up under the roof over curing. More comfrey. Comfrey is medicine, and it's in herbalism it's called the bone knitter. I use it a lot infused in oil. It also very high in protein. I feed it to the chickens and the rabbits. And the leaves are really good for heating up your compost and getting decomposition going. So, I mean, I grow comfrey on purpose, but it likes to take over. In there, along with the comfrey, are some walking onions. They make little bulbils on top like that. And when they fall over, those little bulbs root and make more onions. So, they're perpetual onions. Got some chives blooming right there. Here's the blackberry vines that we dug up that grew where we wanted them to. As you can see, they've got berries. Not very many ripe ones because I eat some every morning. And then this one didn't do as well, but it's down there, still growing. Drought took out my blueberries last year, so I got a couple more plants planted in planters this year so I can control the soil better. And obviously they need weeding. These are my baskets that I grow potatoes in. These are red potatoes, I believe. Well, maybe they're red and yellow because I think that was some potatoes that I bought that were little small potatoes that started sprouting before I could use them all. So I put them in there in some dirt. And I'll have more potatoes before long. These are russet potatoes that went the same way. Didn't use them fast enough, so now they're growing some more. A coon got in my chicken coop the other night and got 4 of my blue egg layers, and the 5th one's not in great shape, but she's hanging in there. But considering I went over 4 years without predator death, I'm trying not to be too upset about that. It was better when the dogs were loose. Didn't have to worry about that, but I've had to tie them up, so I'm going to have to do something else to try to make sure coons don't get in there anymore. Let's see. Everything else I've got is going to be herbs. The oregano is doing well, as always. That plant's been growing in that pot for 3 years now. We've got chamomile right there. The cold tried to get my rosemary this year, but about half of it lived. Obviously, I need to do some weeding. I didn't think the lemon balm was going to come back, but it's showing out. That's motherwort right there. The cilantro is trying to hang on. It's gotten a little hot, and it probably won't make it through next week, but it's trying. And what else? The clematis that is kind of past its prime. Let's see. It's got 1 bloom still left on there. But that's about it. Thanks for coming along. Oh, wait. We didn't see the moon. Here we go. There's the moon. The moon coming up and the sun's still setting over there. So go out and enjoy your evening, however you like to do that. Night.